What is?
I have some questions about lay life.
About the what?
Lay life.
The lay life. Yeah.
I was
So
wondering what your stance was on psychedelics, or if it's how it is for the precepts.
how is it 5 precepts?
Yeah, psychedelics specifically.
What the?
Psychedelic drugs. Does it fit with? Does it go against the precepts?
Yeah, it goes against it. Because it alters the state of mind. Yeah.
But it weakens the normal ego structure pattern. I feel like.
Yeah. Is that a good thing? I mean, that's what all drugs are doing. But they actually give more powers to the kilesas. So they can play around.
What about DMT?
I don't know DMT. I don't know any of the new drugs. But they're always there, to lose the sense of self, or to lose the sense of ego. And that's not good. Yeah? And what is the purpose of taking drugs? Why do you want to take drugs?
Well, the purpose of like I kind of have an interesting in DMT, but DMT is the substance that occurs naturally. It's the only psychedelic that occurs naturally in our body. So it gets released when a baby gets born, and it gets released when we die. And apparently, when you take the drug, you get shot out to a different reality, and usually people encounter all sorts of other beings. But you're completely gone into someplace else.
And you don't have any control over what is happening.
No.
So, I mean, that is never good.
But doesn't that lessen?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, why do people, drink until they don't have any control, yeah? Because they don't feel the dukkha anymore. Why do you want to escape, in this other reality? Because you don't want to see the dukkha of your life. That's why you take drugs, yeah? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you drink yourself to unconsciousness.
Yeah. Not to see the dukkha, yeah? And we are here to see and feel the dukkha, yeah? And understand where the dukkha is coming from and remove the cause of dukkha. Yeah? So anything that gives us, that loosens our grip on, on our awareness or on our control, yeah? It's not good, yeah? Why, do you take it often?
No, I've only tried it once, but like I did it kind of halfish, because there was this fear of not wanting to go there.
Yeah.
So I did do it. So I only did it halfway. So I only got mild effects. So.
Yeah, some people go to hell. Yeah, I mean, I've seen people, taking LSD, and they went down to hell. Yeah, I mean that is a refreshing thing. Yeah. Huh? When the guardians of hell welcome you and say, "Oh, okay, here you are already. That is your place where you work." Yeah. I mean that is a sobering thought. Yeah.
Does it kind of like simulate how it is when we die and when we're kind of not in control of our mind, and then we just choose like haphazardly to go to hell or to go to wherever?
Yeah, I mean, if you are not, aware of what is happening, and if you are not able to choose, which way to go,
or there's so much pain,
because there is so much pain, and we want to get rid of the pain, So the mind goes, the way of the strongest karma. Yeah.
Also, we could actually fight the strongest karma.
No, we can't fight the strongest karma, but we can choose not to go this way.
I see. That's where the freedom lies.
The freedom lies in choosing, yeah? And if you're not able, if you take a drug or not be able to choose, yeah? Then it's the same, yeah?
One more thing.
Yeah?
Like I used to be, I was a software developer in lay life.
What? Software developer.
Yeah, kind of similar. And like this year, I really started into meditation and like my passion for it really went down. But always I was kind of contemplating maybe doing game development, but
Maybe what?
getting into game development.
Yeah.
But I understand some of it, but with the goal of teaching the teachings of the Buddha to the young generation. But that would, how far is...
Now, if you develop, yeah, the only thing, if you develop, yeah, an app for the phone, that automatically, when you turn on the phone, displays putto, 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 yeah, that would be a great development, yeah. Or are you aware of what you're doing or why you're doing, why you're grabbing hold of this phone? Yeah?
Make it to fix your heart rate if it goes fast.
That, yeah, making people aware of what they are doing. Yeah?
I think I'll need that.
But make yourself more aware of what you are doing before you try to make other people understand more about Buddha's teaching.
And so, like, if one's not ready for monastic life, what kind of jobs, what kind of leads to develop more sati? But the highest point of sati that I reached was last year when I started a new job in software development.
When you started what?
A new job in software development, and I focused on 3 hours of really good practice, and like you said, I got up early and really investigated the mind, and then I kind of saw like the links also.
Yeah.
So, like, does the profession like really influence the amount of sati?
It can influence, yeah, it depends on the profession. But what influences us most is a new environment.
That's, yeah, I would say.
Being a new job, being a new environment, yeah, being suddenly in the jungle, you have to be, you have to be mindful. Yeah, you have to be aware, yeah. And only after 2 or 3 weeks, it wears off, and then you become complacent. So you know your surroundings, yeah. In the beginning, when you go to a new job, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you don't know the colleagues, you don't know how they react. But once you know how they react, how they work, then you feel more comfortable. Yeah. But in the and then your complacency starts.
And I get bored and something else.
It's always the same. Yeah? That's why if you extend your holidays to 6 weeks, it fades out. Yeah.
So is that why there's on the website there's a 21-day limit here for?
No. The 21-day limit is for people who are obnoxious. Yeah.
Obnoxious?
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, they don't fit in. Yeah. So that we can get rid of them.
Okay. I guess I haven't seen them.
No, we haven't had lately.
Maybe it's been working then.
But it is in all monasteries. Huh? There's in all of the monasteries there's a limit, where they say, I mean, in Tamsahai, you're allowed to stay there for 7 days.
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, 21 days is pretty long.
21 days is pretty long. It's the same as, Lungta Mahabor, was the same thing. Yeah? But if you fit in, nobody kicks you out, yeah.
Oh, I see. Now I know what you mean by obnoxious.
No,
You have to get kicked out too.
no. I mean, there were quite a few obnoxious people, who came to Bantat, yeah. I mean, one guy, in the morning you see him hugging a tree.
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, we didn't even know what to say, so we said, maybe he should go to another place, yeah. So everything wears off, normally after 3 weeks, you feel more comfortable, in the beginning you're afraid, and this kind of afraid, yeah, is actually, that bolsters our mindfulness, it bolsters our awareness, yeah. And that's why when we are more aware, we are more alive, yeah. The more we become complacent, the less alive we are, yeah, and the more we become a robot, yeah. And it's never good to be a robot, yeah.
So is there kind of a way to...
Yes, practice. We overcome this, yeah. I mean, we are practicing every day. We try to keep up this awareness, and the more aware we are, the more we are alive, yeah.
Like I noticed at my last job, I was practicing and I could really see, in one of the talks you mentioned, the hair in the soup.
What? The hair in the soup, yeah.
I quite liked that in anecdote. And I could really spot the satisfaction coming in,
Yeah.
or the boredom coming in, and my mind wanting to escape. And,
Yeah.
and at first I could stop it, and keep the mind calm, but then it just went off. And
that's what it normally does, yeah. I mean, it looks for something else, yeah. It looks for this entertainment, that we now have in our pocket, yeah. And the teachers nowadays have a big problem with this entertainment that the kids have. Yeah?
That's true. They bring their laptops nowadays to the classroom. I'm like, how am I supposed to compete with that?
Yeah. The teacher says something, and they Google it and see the teacher
That is so true. That is so true. Like translate that to Spanish, and they use Google Translate. I'm like.
It's a mess.
Kind of experiencing something quite the opposite of lack of fear leading to a rather complacency leading to a lack of fear. What I've been experiencing is these past couple of days, I've been becoming more of or rather, I've been slipping back into like this perfectionism, and I don't know, it kind of makes me more fearful, but at the same time, it's like I'm more fearful in that I cling to a program that I programmed into myself based on what I see, and then, of course, surroundings keep changing, and so the program is automatically outdated, and so I don't. Hey, my God. So I don't know if there's a.
Be aware of the fear, and then ask yourself what you're afraid of, yeah?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're afraid of. Not to know.
I think it's being told that you're doing this wrong, you're doing this badly, you're doing this. In my case.
People are afraid of freedom.
Freedom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't know how. I mean, if they don't have a program, if they don't have a plan about life,
I'm gonna drown.
they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And that makes them afraid.
Like,
They don't know how to react. They don't know what. Yeah. Huh?
and so I just focus on running the program.
That's why. Yeah. And that's why we build programs. I mean.
And I built that program. That's right.
Yeah. Everybody builds that program. Yeah?
And it's like
Then we are this. Yeah. I mean, we are the child. Then we become a student. Then we become a. Yeah. Then we become a teacher. Then we become a husband. Yeah.
And we perfect that over the years and refine it and
Yes. And to let it go, I mean, it's big
scary.
fear.
It's scary. Wow.
It's really scary.
Basically, it's chuck away the program.
It is like, I mean, you're in the middle of the swamp with all these dangerous animals, but you're with a group of people, you feel safe, yeah? As long as you're with this group of people, but you're in a prison, yeah? Because this is a small island, and you cannot, yeah? I mean, you're afraid to go off, yeah? Yeah? You see, there are other islands, in the swamp, but the moment you jump into the swamp,
the prison protocols don't work anymore.
then you're free, yeah? But the fear of jumping into the unknown, yeah?
Wow.
But then you see freedom, then you can be anything, yeah? Before you are defined yourself, to be like this, yeah? And then when you let go of this definition, who you are and what you are, yeah? Then you can be anything.
To get there is the gradual path of
Yes, of course, yeah.
You think you can get there in lay life?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I got there in lay life. But you have to be, really aware of what is going on, why you're doing the things that you're doing, yeah? Without daily reflection, you will never get there. Because you don't see your program. Yeah?
Related to that, I'm actually going back to the worldly life in a couple of days. So.
Yeah? That's your problem, no?
Yeah, I know.
He's constantly contemplating if he should go back in the world.
And you mentioned the other day it was like hell. And I'm like, I think it's more like the animal world because we're all like just in delusion there.
Yeah, I mean, you can call it animal world because the animal world is also a world of beings, yeah? And they just, be confined into a different cage, yeah?
It's like this.
I mean, in Pantat, it was so nice in Pantat, yeah? I mean, when you see the roosters and the hens, yeah? I mean, it is so obvious, I mean, you just see whatever happens in the human world, yeah? You see it in this, yeah? I mean, very, very obvious, yeah? The roosters and the hen, yeah? Or the cocks and the hen. There were 5,000 or 8,000 of these, chickens in Pantat, When you listen to a talk, in Pantat, you always hear them, yeah?
You don't see
and
them, but you hear them.
you just, I mean, you sit there and observe them, and you just see female and male human behavior. I mean, because there have been humans before, yeah? And there will be humans afterwards. I mean, so their behavior does not change. Huh?
It's like their baggage.
Hmm?
Their program.
It's the same thing, if you watch pigs or horses or things like that, yeah? I mean, they're not so different, they're not so different from us, yeah?
When you go to the nightclub. Look at that guy.
Yeah. That's
so
more the pigs, yeah? Yeah, Philippines does have a lot of, these nightclubs, yeah? But Thailand also, yeah? But wherever the American soldiers are, there are lots of nightclubs.
Oh, you know a lot. I'm not going to say more.
Okay, so deal with it. Sati is the, is that what is the key, yeah? I don't envy you, he's a teacher, I don't envy him, yeah? Teaching, what is it, 14, 15-year-old, oh?
Oh yeah.
11 to 16 years.
That's the most difficult age.
What do you teach?
Secondary school.
Wow.
They know everything better, and now that they have their knowledge base,
There's no need for vocabulary tests anymore.
What?
There's no need for vocabulary tests anymore. They say I've got a dictionary in my mobile phone, so why should I study any words?
And sometimes I feel redundant.
Like 3 years ago, I took some classes at a college, but I was so, I had no respect for the teachers because I could look online and there was someone way more qualified than them. So my respect for them was so low but it really reflected in the communication and likewise I also didn't. It's kind of bad, and I really need to address that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really horrible.
Yeah, I mean a teacher, if he's a good teacher, then it teaches you how to get to the knowledge, not the knowledge itself, because then the students are clever.
Yeah. There's YouTube.
But how to develop your own set of wisdom, how you develop your own knowledge, I mean, that's what they used to teach us,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, you are too young,
Wow. Sorry. I got
I mean, we had teachers, who really provoked us, who provoked us into thinking that what they say might not be the right thing. So we should be able to check what they say, and prove them wrong,
This is even as early as elementary school and secondary school?
No, it was high school.
Wow.
High school and university.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not so important to teach knowledge, it's important to teach a way to get to knowledge. Because that, the smartphones cannot do you. They can give you all the knowledge that you want, but they cannot teach you how to develop your own knowledge. So when you're a teacher, find that way. Because then they cannot compete,
Exactly.
and then they can develop the respect for you, because you have something that they don't have. You have a way to acknowledge knowledge that they don't have.
It's like the difference between a research university where it teaches students to do their own research.
Yeah.
It's like it's like investigation. It's like a meditation.
Yeah.
As opposed to being told what to believe
But-
and what to.
But that is, I mean, it is much easier for the powerful to control people with knowledge, if they don't teach them, how to get to the knowledge. Because then, I mean, they put out any kind of knowledge, they don't know how they derive that kind of knowledge. Where does this knowledge come from,
Yeah, and at least.
Yeah, so you tell, I mean, for the last 3 years, you tell the people, if they don't get vaccinated, they will get COVID,
Oh my God.
And if the people are, if the students are not wise enough or not don't have the way, to how did they come to this kind of knowledge? Now they asked in the EU Parliament, did you ever test it that people get not infected? No, we never tested that. So how did? I mean, then you can then you can see, it's all lies, that they put out, and then said, this is the knowledge, you have to believe it, yeah?
The worst part is society, or at least the circles around me and the circles I've been noticing on TV. They're like being all neurotic about it and like,
Of course.
no, you're not vaccinated. You're evil. You should be put in prison.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you are a murderer
yeah.
because you're unvaccinated.
Or even if you're fully vaccinated, if you just disagree with what some guy says, it's like, wow, what is going on?
And that's how, I mean...
I'm fully vaccinated, but still, I'm not immune to the accusations of, believing in lies and propaganda and conspiracy theories.
And now they find out, that the more you're vaccinated, the more likely you get COVID.
Or it has, more likely now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like
60% of the people in the hospital who have COVID, are vaccinated people, and 40% are unvaccinated people. Huh?
But the symptoms are less.
What?
But the symptoms are less, no?
And more people die because when they are vaccinated from COVID than when they are not vaccinated from COVID. Yeah?
Really?
Yeah. But of course, they don't give you this knowledge.
No. They feed it to you, but they don't let you get your own knowledge.
No. I mean, you have to look at the people who still can defer your own knowledge, defer their own knowledge from the data that is given, yeah? For instance, by governments, yeah? Or by, by certain research institutes, yeah? And then you check the data, yeah? And then you see what they tell you, yeah? In the mainstream media, and then you see, and if you can interpret the data, then you see what is really, what's the reality. But
most people don't have time
who
to
can
do
interpret data? Yeah,
Not everyone's a scientist.
it doesn't matter if you're a
Yeah.
scientist, huh?
But
I
then
mean,
they
there
are
are not
scientists.
really scientists anymore. Yeah, a scientist, gets new knowledge. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And what the scientists are now, they are just processing old knowledge and seem to make it, yeah.
Yeah.
They use the same ingredients, and just make the taste a little bit different. Yeah?
Same journal article, base it on that, and base it on that. The next one, base it on that. No.
I mean, who was a scientist? Heisenberg was a scientist, yeah? Huh? Einstein was a scientist, yeah? They came up with new ideas, yeah? Schrödinger, was a scientist, yeah? Or Niels Bohr, was a scientist, yeah? Or Madame Curie was a scientist, yeah? Because they found out new things, yeah? And how do they do it? Just like we do in practice, yeah? We observe until we get the understanding how this thing works.
And be curious as well.
Go. Siri, what is this? That's the curiosity of the new generation, yeah?
Imagine if that was meditation.
Or Google, what is this, yeah? I mean, if you have Android.
Why am I feeling fear, Google?
And then it comes up with an answer, yeah? Huh? Because you might catch COVID, now they say. Huh? Why do I feel afraid? Because you might catch COVID.
Or because your parents did this to you.
Or your parents, installed the fear in you. Yeah?
Oh, wow.
And now comes all the woke stuff,
Oh, no.
The woke?
The Anglo-
I mean, these 64 different genders. This LGBTQ nonsense.
I actually don't really have a problem with them believing that stuff, but they're forcing it.
If they want to believe whatever they want, I mean. Huh?
It's like they put
But
you in
teaching,
prison. Oh, no, that's dangerous.
But teaching 6 years old, I mean, they can choose their sex.
Or if you refuse to teach it, they might expel you.
Yeah, so what? I refuse to teach it.
That's why we're here at the monastery, I suppose.
I mean, I saw things coming in 91, yeah? That's about 30 years ago, yeah? And then they decided better to leave.
That's kind of my reason as well. World War III. Oh my God. Derealization.